Today we are going to talk about Tekken 8 and everything that went down in it, man. Everything that went down in it. I'm gonna give you my personal opinion. Emphasis on the word opinion. I am about to opine, means I'm going to tell you how I feel about Tekken 8 from my perspective. Not your perspective, not his perspective, not her perspective, not their perspective. My perspective, you know what I'm saying, how I feel about it. You may agree, may disagree. Let me know in the comments as what it's for. So let's get right to it, man. Tekken 8, the beta, those of you that aren't familiar with Tekken 8, you know it's a fighting game, of course. It's coming out in January of next year, 2024. Good Lord willing. But this past weekend, man, today is Sunday. This is the final day of the beta. They dropped a beta test, a closed beta test. That's what we're in right now. So let's click on Tekken 8. And I had the opportunity to play it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's a PS5 and on Steam. And as you can see, I'm on my right here. As you can see, I'm on my character, you know, that I created. Don't he look so fine and dapper and handsomeness? You know what I'm talking about? DRPGNGM on Twitch. If you ain't following, you go ahead and do that. But yeah, all out the gate, man. The good part about that is that you could customize your avatar. I think that the customization capabilities are pretty cool, you know, and pretty in depth. You know, I was satisfied. I think, of course, you could always always have a little more, but I think they did a pretty good job of covering all bases from different ethnicities, different hairstyles, you know, and different outfits that you can put on. Some that you will unlock later, the more in-game coin that you obtain. But overall, you know, I think it did a good job. So I do like that, man. It kind of gives like a Sims feel, kind of gives you like a little personal feel that you can come here and go and customize your character, and then you can see other people that are customized as well as you go to the Tekken dojo. So I like the avatar customization. Like I said, it gives a little Sims feel, gives you feel like you're actually in the arcade with your homies. Like this dude named Bait, man. We don't know him, but you know what I'm talking about, looking like Bobby's World. But he you can play with each other and stuff like that. So I think that's cool. And you see people sitting here at the arcade, and this is where you go for the group matches and stuff like that. So right here, these two are fighting each other, exclusively each other. If you sit right here, everybody along this middle circle on these consoles will be fighting each other in a rotated manner. And then you can come over here and you can use the quick match, use these little consoles to do a quick match or a rank match. So I think that's pretty cool. And if you want to just do one, you could come here and you can sit in the middle and you can start a rank match and you'll play the game. You got a little movie at the top of the screen. So I think that's dope, man. That's good. Yeah, so I definitely like the arcade setting as well. It gives you like a real IRL feel. Yeah, so I like that. Also, too, a big thing is the cross-play capability, man. You know, people be talking trash, and they be like, "Oh, well, I can't play you because I'm on PC, and you need to come to PC, or you're exclusively on PlayStation." No, everybody can play each other, and yeah, I really love that capability, man. It is 2023. I feel like there should be no limitations as far as how people interact on a game. As long as they have the game in common, it doesn't matter if they have the console or the platform in common. In my opinion, we have the capabilities to facilitate a good experience for us to play. So shout out to them for that. And I actually played some people on crossplay, and the netcode, which we're gonna get into a little later. I'm pretty much indifferent on that. You know, I'm undecided on that one. Let's talk about a little bit more about Tekken. We're covering the good right now. The good, I like that heat system, the heat mechanic. To be honest, I didn't think it was going to be good coming into it. I thought it was going to be a little too much. I thought it was going to be too oppressive. I thought it was going to be too overbearing. I thought it was going to be too action ready. Doesn't really compliment or reward people being patient in defense. But it's not as OP as I thought it was going to be. So I like how they have the heat system, the heat mechanic implemented so far. I think it's cool. Like I said, it's not as overbearing as I thought. And then another good thing is that this game, Tekken 8, so far, it's very easy to get started, man. It's very easy. Like, you should have no issue. Pick up and play, you know. So I think that makes it very attractive and intriguing for those who are new to Tekken. Like those of you that are familiar with myself, I was new to Tekken 7. That was my first Tekken ever. Not only was it my first Tekken, it was my first fighting game. So that was very overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm a fast learner. Thankfully, and shout out to the stream, that helps me a lot, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for them. But so it was, I'm a fast learner. It was still difficult for me, you know what I'm saying? But we were able to get TGP and do pretty well in this game. I think that you could I think the casual player is going to have an even easier time. Now, does that mean that you'll pick up and play and get to the top? No, I don't think you'll get to the top. But I think there's going to be some separation. Of course, the good players are always going to separate themselves from the bad players. But I do think that it's very easy to pick up. You don't have to like focus on the technicalities. Just plug in your controller and play with different characters, see which ones of your liking. So I think that's dope. That it's very easy to get started. So those are all the good things I have to say about the beta so far. So now let's get back. Now let's get to the bad things. Now the bad. What I think is bad for me personally, you know, I'm a meticulous person. I like to be thorough. I like to take my time. I like to get into it, and I dedicate myself to a game or whatever I'm doing, and I feel like I should be rewarded for that added effort. This game may be too easy. I feel like everybody in Tekken 8 is freaking Hwoarang, Law, Nina, or Eddie. I'm not talking about the actual character because obviously Eddie's not in the game. But what I mean by that is in Tekken 7, if you fight an Eddie, if you fight a Hwoarang, if you fight a Nina, you fight a Law, how do you feel about them? You feel like all they're doing is pressing buttons. Buttons. They don't have to stop pressing buttons. They're always plus. It's always a turn. That's how I feel about Tekken 8. I feel like everybody is gosh dang Hwoarang. Every character is just, you can just push buttons. Now, so it's like a double-edged sword. So yeah, while it's gonna make the casual player want to play and give them a chance and make them feel excited about the game, they feel like they can be competitive and not just get swallowed up, paused by everybody who's a little bit better than them or been playing since it's a legacy game. They feel like they have a chance. However, it might be too easy because I don't think everybody should have a chance all the time. You know, if you don't put in the time, if you don't put the time in, the dedication in, you should get your butt whooped. But in this, it feels like as soon as somebody gets started, it's like a train or it's like a snowball going down the hill. You know what I'm saying? It turns into eventually a huge snowball. Can even start an avalanche. That's what I feel like. It's like a snowball effect. Once they start punching and kicking, ain't no stopping them, man. Ain't no stopping them, man. So I think it might be muddling the line between being too easy and being, you know, and wanting to attract the casual players. And it might be in danger of kind of turning off its loyal customers, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. But like I say, people are going to adapt anyway, but I think it might be a little bit too easy. And another thing, that y'all know this is big for me. There is no indication of any type of freaking punishment for people that plug. This is the beta. It's only out for 3 days. I've been plugged on twice in the middle of a match. I've been plugged on twice. Now, granted, it's a beta, so it shouldn't matter, you know, but I would feel at ease. I feel comforted if I knew that there was some type of punishment in place, you know what I'm saying? Or some type of indication that punishment plugging will not be tolerated in the regular game. Another big thing for me is the netcode. Like I said, it's dope that it's crossplay, but I did play with some people on there, and it was, you know, I'm indifferent, and you know, you gotta check yourself and see your friends, and you know, you can do a little poll yourself. But from what I gathered, people that come to my stream and what I experienced myself is like some people in some situations where there's cross. I fought somebody in Europe and it was good. I fought somebody in Asia and it was good. I went to the lobbies in Africa. It was good. But then I fought some people that weren't good. I fought some people that were on PlayStation, it wasn't good. I fought some people that were on PlayStation, was good. On PC, was good, it wasn't good. So I'm indifferent on the netcode. I'm gonna withhold judgment. But to me, the reason why I say that's bad, even though I'm withholding judgment and I'm undecided on how good it is, I think it's bad because this is Tekken 8. I should have a definitive answer and a definitive feeling on how good the netcode is. I shouldn't be like, oh, okay, it may be good, or it might be good, or it might not be good. No, this is Tekken 8. We're on PlayStation 5. This is the Unreal Engine 5 or whatever it is, man. You know, so we have all the technology. I should be fully confident that the netcode is going to be good, and that's why I say this is bad, because while I did experience some good and I experienced some bad, I think that's bad that I can't confidently say, yeah, then I think the netcode is going to be good, because I fought somebody in Florida from my stream, you know, and he was on PC, and our connection was bad. And I believe that he had good connection with other people, like he said, and I believe it when he says that, and I know I have good connection with other people. So like, we're in the same state. There's no excuse for us to have a bad connection or a shoddy connection simply because he's on PC and I'm on PlayStation. So that lets me know that it's not really region specific. It's just it's spread out. And you know, it might even be sporadic. I might even have a good connection with him tomorrow. I just don't have a good connection with him today or at this moment. So that's not good, you know. My boy Slick says that he thinks the CBT netcode was a tad worse than the CNT, and he said that's not terrible. But in my opinion, shout out to my boy Slick, I think that is kind of terrible, because as more time goes on, you should be improving you should be progressing, not regressing. So, you know, I'm gonna be very, 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 very hard on Tekken, because this game has been out for what? Tekken 7 has been out for what? 10 years? No, 8+ years, so damn near a decade. Get your shit together, man. Get your shit together, man. We were looking for a full-fledged game. My boy Quiz said he agrees. DZ says, well said, it's just too aggression focused. Yeah, the game is too aggression focused, I think. But like I said, the good players are gonna separate themselves. But I do think that's that could be a bad thing. You know, it might be too casual friendly. But yeah, so I'm indifferent right now as it sits. I'm indifferent on the netcode. I don't want to bestow a judgment, but I think the fact that I can't confidently say that, oh yeah, man, the netcode felt great, then I think that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the caveat in that is that it is a beta. So hopefully when the full-fledged game comes out, you know what I'm saying, good Lord willing, in January of next year, then I'll feel different, and you know it'll be good. So we go look forward to that. Now my vision for the game. This is another part of what we're gonna talk. Look at this dude. This dude on streaming, so you want to be in the camera. Okay, you looking kind of dapper, brother. Okay, I see you in the blue. Okay, I see you. Gotta get your ugly ass out my video though. Okay, but let's get right back to it. My vision is that, yes, with these lobbies right here, as you can already assume, you know, especially when the game first comes out, these are going to be crowded. They're already crowded. Look at it. Look at all these machines. They're all occupied, and people are around it waiting. So they're all occupied for the one-on-ones. So that could be kind of like an issue, especially at the beginning portions of the game. Maybe for like the first 3 or 5 months, when people get tired of the game, except for the loyalists, they get tired of the game, put it down. So it might only be an issue for a short period of time, but I think it's going to be an issue nonetheless. So my vision for the game is that they're going to allow people to make custom lobbies. Like for example, my boy Slick is in the chat, my boy Quinn is in the chat. If I want to play with them, I don't think I should have to go to a region and go into a lobby like this and meet up with them and sit at a console to play each other. You know what I'm saying? Well, while that's cool and interactive, it's gonna get old. So I do envision that if you're on my friends list, if we're on a friends list together, we could just make a casual lobby, formulate one just like we did back on Tekken 7, and fight each other there without having to go through the bother of hoping that any particular region has a vacant console seat, you know, for us to sit and fight each other. So I do think they're gonna do that. Like, this is my vision. I think they're gonna do that in addition to this. What else do I foresee? I also foresee that they will punish pluggers. I hope that they do it harshly, because there's no excuse for that. Like, I do not give Tekken any slack, because Tekken 7 has been out for so long. It's easy to go back and retroactively implement a punishment system. Look at Mortal Kombat. They've been punishing pluggers. They even have the quitalities. Street Fighter 6 punishes pluggers. 2K, a different genre of video games, punishes pluggers. Call of Duty, everything, man. So I expect them to implement some type of harsh punishment for people that plug in the middle of the game, in addition to punishing them as like maybe time them out for an hour or whatever it is after habitually doing it. In addition to that, give me my points. Give me my points. I need my money on time. If somebody plugs on me, I don't care if they're winning. I don't care if they're up 2 rounds to none. I don't care if they're down 2 rounds to none. I don't care if their grandma kicked over the Ethernet cord, their cat stumbled upon it, a rainstorm came down, or they intentionally plugged it out the wall jack themselves. Either way, they disconnected. That has nothing to do with moi. So if they disconnected, and same thing, if I disconnect, I lose my points. The person I'm fighting gains their points. Simple. Do that. Implement that. That should be easy. If they don't do that, bro, my participation in Tekken 8 is predicated off of how and if they punish pluggers. That's a fact. I'm not going to deal with that again. That's that's annoying. You know what I'm saying? And so also, so we talk about the pluggers. I want them to be pluggers, to be punished harshly for plugging. Like I said, I do envision that they will do that, or else they will be severely behind the 8 ball. And I do think that people would need to let their voices be heard and maybe even boycott it, because that's trash. My boy Slick says he thinks that they will add it to the final game. My boy DZ says facts. Let us do an invite lobby like Street Fighter 6. What do we do in Harada? Right, exactly. So I do think that they will implement that. Like I said, this is my vision. So this is why I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. They don't deserve it, but I'm giving Harada and Bandai Namco the benefit of the doubt that Tekken 8 will implement these things that I'm saying right now. And then I also think that in addition to that, you know, since we talked about the quality of life of the game when they have like the avatars and the fact that we can play with one another cross-platform and come and see each other and actually do like little emote dances and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we could design each other. That'll keep people intrigued in the game. But not only that, they also need to implement some type of game mode. Like as you saw in my previous video, that we did see that they have a leak for a potential Tekken Force game. I think that'd be fire. and look kind of like Dynasty Warriors-esque or Tekken Force-esque, whatever you want to call it or remind you of. I think that'd be dope. That'd improve the quality of life and make people happy, because sometimes people don't want to get on there and sweat all the time and fight each other all the time. And you know, you might just want to do a co-op thing. You can fight together, or even if you fight by yourself. Maybe this would be options that I do think that they will implement a Tekken Force, because I think these leaks are pretty, like the roster leak was there, that was pretty legit. So I'm a move forward as if the leak for Tekken Force is legitimate. So I do envision that they will have that. And of course they have the Tekken ball, the beach ball, whatever that crap is. It looks corny to me, but that's just something else to do. You know, I think that's dope. Add a game mode, it doesn't hurt. And I also think that I envision them to have a more in-depth story mode than Tekken 7. I'm new to Tekken, and I didn't have any interest. It didn't spark my interest to go check out the lore with the Tekken 7 story. I thought it was pretty bad, and that's not good as a new player. I should be like, oh yeah, I should be excited, man. I want to know what the heck Jin came from, or what the heck this character does, or what's their relations. But yeah, Tekken 7 didn't. I played the story mode, and it just didn't intrigue me enough to even look further into the lore of the past Tekken games or whatever. So hopefully Tekken 8 will have a more in-depth, more elaborate, more engaging Tekken 8 story mode. I think that'll help the quality of life as well, and maybe even give different enders for different characters in addition to the main story mode as well. Also too, I would like to see full customization of the characters, not just my avatar, but maybe even take some of the stuff from the avatar's customization and place it onto the character's customization. Like I want my character to look like me, not me exactly, but have my influence on it. So like, yeah, if I pick Asuka, who they freaking nerfed, I'm pissed off. They nerfed the hell out of Asuka for this beta, but we go withhold judgment on that again. But if I want to pick Asuka or Leroy and I want to put some chains on them like me, let me put some chains on them. If I want to change their hairstyle, let me do that. If I want to change their complexion, let me do that. Maybe I want my Asuka to be Hispanic. Maybe I want my Asuka to be a Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Let me be able to control that. Or maybe I want to be Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? Let me be able to change that. I think that now I'm not talking about like from the like narrowing of the nose or widening of the nose, or you know what I'm saying, nothing like that, but just from a complexion standpoint, I think that'd be cool. In addition to like the hair customizations, the clothes, please tighten up with the clothes. The clothes in Tekken 7 was ass. Tighten up with the clothes, man. We ain't gotta have all the options, but let me style on them a little bit, get drippy. You know what I'm saying? Let me do my thing. So I think they should also expand on the customization of the particular characters. I think that'd be fly. Which I also think they will add that to the final game again. Like I said, this is my vision. I think they will add that. Yeah, and I think that'd make the game fire, man. So I expect them to do all that for my vision portion of this talk. I think they will implement that, and if they don't, I will be very disappointed. Let me know what you think they're gonna add to the regular game. Let me know what you want them to add in the comments. Were you happy with the beta? Overall, I'm pretty happy with the direction of the beta. I'm gonna be honest. Like, excuse me, I have some hair in my mouth. I wasn't expecting to like it. You know, I'm not. I like Tekken, but I'm not biased towards it. It's still a video game. I expect to enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, I'm gonna voice my opinion because I paid my money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm entitled to that. But I will say the good news is that I'm satisfied with the beta. I'm very satisfied with the beta. I like the things that they did so far. You know, I like the signs that they showed. However, I do think that they have a lot of things to improve upon by the time the actual game drops. You know, like I'm not. If the beta is an indication of what the game is going to be, let's assume the worst, which I don't think it is. They're gonna add more stuff to it. I know that for a fact. Now, how much, to what extent, that's yet to be seen. But if they if they let the game drop how the beta is, then of course I'll be disappointed because there's a lot of things that I think they need to improve upon. But the beta 8, just for it to be a beta, let me get my feet wet and experience the game. I'm excited and I'm optimistic about it, man. I think it's gonna be a dope game come January, man. So yeah, like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what you think about my my suggestions, what I envisioned, what I thought was bad, where I thought they came kind of short, and where I think that they did pretty well at. Let me know what you think, man. I look forward to hearing back from you, and I might even include your comments in the next one, man, in the next video. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget to hit that like button. We out. God bless. Peace. Enjoy what you just saw? Click on this playlist for more of my online matches and battles against the hardest CPU. Follow my other socials as well. Don't forget to like the video.